ATS Flatbed and why I moved here. The answer to that question is pretty simple. Heavy haul. Now, I've done flatbed and step deck hauling for a number of years, and I wanted to move up. Now, I'm not going to say who I ran for before. I let bygones be bygones, and I'm on to another chapter in the career. But I wanted the chance to haul heavy haul, and that's why I came here. ATS started out last week. Actually, today makes 1 week, but I've been in my own truck. So I am definitely new to ATS family. Orientation's just like any other carrier you've been to. Hold on, let me shut my door here. It's the same. Watch videos, safety. Yeah, they throw a lot of information at you, which is typical of any orientation for a trucking company. If you've been to one, then you know that. Never understood really why they cram it all into a few days, but for the most part, drivers are more interested in getting out on the road and start making money than they are paying attention to what they're being thrown at. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But so far, ATS is off to a unique start, I'll put it that way. Not great, but not bad either. I've been through worse, and I've been through better. But it is a learning experience between me and ATS. You know, ATS has to learn how I do things, and I have to learn how they do things. So it's to be expected that the first little while, at least, is going to be interesting, patchy as it may come. And hopefully things get better. Went to orientation in St. Cloud, Minnesota. That's where all the lease operators go. If you're company, you'll go down to Gary, Indiana, if I remember correctly. I can't specify on what happens in Gary, because obviously I didn't go through it. 4-day orientation, including load securement at the end. Not bad. Oddly enough, though, people were still late to get downstairs at their hotel to get the shuttle, which kind of surprised me. Being truck drivers, we're pretty much drilled into always being on time, yet you people couldn't manage to make it from their hotel room to the lobby at a set time, and you were told each day what time to be downstairs. So kind of makes you wonder what kind of drivers they are. But anyways, we'll see how things go. This will be my third load for ATS, hauling AC units down to Arizona from Minnesota. I've hauled bobcats, excavators so far, and a track from a crane, which is an interesting load. So we'll see if things get smoother operating wise while with ATS. I am under the lease side because I simply am not a company driver. I did it for a few years, and it was not for me. Some people like being company drivers, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't like it. I know a lot of drivers will tell you to stay away from lease, that it's a ripoff and you're making the company money and all of that. But just think of it this way, even as a company driver, you're paying for that truck, whether you realize it or not. You're paying for the repairs, whether you realize it or not. There's a reason companies only pay company drivers so many cents per mile when the load will pay so much more. Reason being is simple. They use the rest of the money, I don't want to guess here. They use the rest of the money that comes from that load to pay for everything. That's why you don't keep everything. So there is a way to look at it to see where you still pay for the truck. Most drivers never really pay attention to it. I have no problem with lease programs. I'm a firm believer that if you want to go to owner-operator status, lease should be where you start. Reason I say that is, in a lease, if you decide down the road 6 months, a year, what have you, this isn't for you, you don't want the stress of paying for a truck, a 6-figure truck at that, then you turn in the lease and you walk away. You can go to company, you can just leave. The company might not be happy about it, and they might give you grief about it and try and keep you to stay leasing, but you don't have to. Most companies offer a walkaway lease. For instance, ATS, after 6 months and 2 weeks, you can turn the truck in. If you choose not to do it, turn it in. Go company or go home. No hard feelings. It just wasn't for you. As an owner-operator, though, once you sign the loan document, that truck is your responsibility. The bank doesn't care if you want to run anymore. They don't care if your loads aren't paying good. The only thing they care about is where's their check. Anything that happens to that truck is on you. You can't just walk away. And even if you sell the truck, that might take a while. You still have to pay for it until it's sold. Or if you just turn it back in, that goes against your credit. So for the drivers looking to move up from company to eventually getting their own authority or what have you, or buying a truck, lease is a good option. Yes, you are going to pay more money than a traditional bank loan for this truck. It's fine. It's a learning experience. Would you rather spend more money now to learn how to do it and see if owning a tractor trailer is right for you? Or would you rather, for lack of a better phrase, jump in the deep end and go finance a 6-figure truck that you're stuck with regardless of how happy you may be? To me, the option was simple. Get the experience, learn how to manage money and time, and then when I'm ready, buy a truck. It was that simple. Not all drivers look at it that way, and everybody has their own opinion, but this is just mine. So I figured I'd make videos on my journey here with ATS, showing it from the driver's perspective. When I came to ATS, or before I came to ATS, there wasn't a whole lot of information from the driver's point of view. Now ATS does have videos that they produce, and they're little snippet videos, 35, 45 seconds, some are a few minutes, but it's not from the driver's point of view. At least not on the flatbed, and at least not from what I found. There may be out there, but I didn't find them. So I decided when I came on to ATS, I'd start my own to at least put information out there for those of you that want it. So hopefully along the way, you'll have questions answered. If not, you're welcome to ask, and I'll do my best to get back to you, and we'll go from there. Hopefully the journey works out. Never really know, but yeah, see what happens, I guess.